Hi everyone, welcome back. iPhone needs to do something about the slow-mo feature because I can't tell you the countless amount of times I've actually recorded thinking I was in regular real time, and then halfway through the video I'm sounding like this. Super annoyed that just happened to me, and now I got to do this all over again. So today we are focusing on soft glam look. I am very excited about this video. Oh my God, I just recreated the Selena bum. Bitty bitty bum bum. Okay, I took it too far. Let's go in with the face. We're gonna go in for a little glow with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. So this, I'm not using all over my face. I'm kind of going over where I just kind of want glow. I'm going to take my beauty blender and just bounce that into the skin. We're gonna go in with this. A little bit goes a long way, and it doesn't have a pump, which is kind of like, I don't like that about it. You just pour it. I'm just gonna do a very tiny amount. That is even a lot. Let's take some out because I could always go back and build it. I just don't want to waste product. It's pretty pricey. You don't want to waste product. Now I know in my favorites video, I said this is a little bit dark for me, but honestly, it is on the darker side. I do like to use it during winter still because it gives me like a nice tan without trying, and it's not that far off from my neck. When it's like completely far off from the neck, you want to stay away from doing that and maybe mixing it with a lighter shade so that it's more even. You see that? It actually just blends really, really nice. But when I did buy this, I was a little bit darker, but I feel like it still wears really well. Now we can layer this up. For those who want more full coverage, you can go in with another layer, work in thin layers so that you are not looking like the mask. You want to stay away from that. Work in thin layers. So rather than go in with a huge glob, we're going in a little bit at a time. I'm going in with this little drop right here. That's more than enough for me. I'm going to go in where I feel like I need it more. So when you're putting it on, you want to go outwards, bring it down, bring it towards the ears, like this, bring it down. Little hairs, can we please behave? And outwards, because what you don't want is to actually have like this harsh line. Bring it up into the ears, especially if it's a little darker than you are, and bring it down to the neckline. I like to go and bounce over with my beauty blender just to get it nice and even, especially these lines where things tend to settle. We'll do that. Nobody uses the beauty blender anymore, and I absolutely love this one. I'll actually link it. It's in my Amazon storefront. Who am I? No, but literally it's in my Amazon storefront. For those of you who are not used to putting on eyeshadow and you're intimidated by it, I'm going to give you an easy hack, and that is, if you haven't used these before, these are called shadow shields. And what we can do is we tape them under. That's why I don't want to go in with the concealer because I'm gonna have to go back in anyway. We'll go under the eye, and you could even outline how if you're gonna do an eyeliner, you could even outline it perfectly so that it's nice, straight, and sharp. It's a little hard to do it up close. We're gonna line it right underneath the water line right there along the eye. It's best if you kind of look up doing it. And there we go. I didn't untape this part because I am not trying to stick it, and I also like to just kind of leave the flap up in case there's fallout. It just falls on the flap. And this does not disturb your foundation that you've already done. Normally I like to do eyes first, then foundation, but I kind of went with whatever I was doing today. So this will give me a nice straight line. And what we want to do is match the other side. We're gonna look up, get it as straight as possible so that when you are drawing this line, it is even, right? Alrighty. Totally forgot to prime my eyes back there. And now we are picking up, I'm gonna use the same concealer that I'm using for my under eye, and I'm gonna put it right here. And what I'll do is I'll take the point of this and just bounce it in all over my eye. It's important, or I would, if I were you, dampen the sponge. A lot of people, or I've seen people who actually use it dry, and you're making it harder on yourself. I like to use this nice and, you know, moist. Like, you don't want it dripping wet. You want to squeeze out the moisture, but it softens it up, and then it's easier to just apply and blend everything out. Now we could go in with our eyeshadow. We've primed our eyes. I used concealer, and we're gonna go in with Limit, tapping out the accent, tapping off the excess, and I'm going above. I actually want to go above my crease right here because my crease is right here, right? This is where when I open my eye, it folds in, like you can literally go like that. That looks creepy, but you're gonna sweep it side to side, and that's what we're doing. And you can build it as you go. Like I said, let's start with thin layers so that we are not looking crazy. And like I said, with these shadow shields, you can just go right over it and it won't matter. I will also have these linked in my Amazon storefront. I actually bought these off of Amazon, and they've lasted me a very long time. I use these mostly for clients, and once in a while I'll use it for myself, but they work really, really well when you just don't want to disturb your foundation. You've already laid it and you want to work on your eyes. So we are sweeping all the way up here towards the brow bone and leaving a little space here. So I gotta do my brows. Now, this is all also depending on your eye shape. This may not work for everyone. You have to learn the shapes of your eyes and whether or not this is going to work for you. But this is a nice general look. It's pretty safe. And what I'm going to do is now go in with the Nooner. Whoopsie. Nooner is a little bit deeper. And now I'm going to drive that into where it folds and build that up a little. And like I said, this is a nice soft glam look. It's not really dramatic, and I think you'll still feel nice and pretty. We're going to take this in. I'm not going all the way in. You can. You can go all the way in, but I'm kind of taking it here to the middle and then just coming out. If you have eyes, right, that are wider set apart, like let's say this part right here, it's wider rather than closer, then yeah, bring it in because it's going to help close or give the illusion that it's closing it in. Now, if you have close set eyes where it's really close, then always keep your focus on the outer corner so that it gives the illusion that it's wider. And I like to lay down the groundwork before, because a lot of times this is why when I'm doing makeup on other people, I tend not to show them step by step all the time unless it's their first time, they're super uncomfortable wearing makeup. Then I do that so that they can get a sense of what's going on and it doesn't startle them. But you have to trust the process in a lot of these cases. Like, it's not fully formed yet. Sometimes I like to draw my eyeliner on, make sure that that's settled, toss on some lashes, and then I'll go in a little bit deeper if I need to. I like to start with thin layers first and then work my way back in and deepen and give it the dimension it needs after, because then I can see the shape that it's taking. All right, so I'm gonna take Strange, which is this shade right here, which is the lightest shade. And I'm gonna focus it here in the inner corner, just to make it nice and bright. And maybe if you want it even more packed, if you want it brighter, don't sweep it, just pack it in like that. Just press it in. And you see how it makes much more of a dramatic difference. So I've done the inner corner with Strange. I've done Limit all over here in the upper, like on the top part of my crease and into my crease. And then I went in with Nooner more deeply into the crease. And what I want to do now, and stick with me here, we're going to take Factory, which is this shimmer color right here. And I feel like I want to pick this up and put it towards the middle to outer corner of my eye. Just gonna lightly put that on there and see how I like it. Factory. Not gonna lie, these shadow shields feel so weird. And you could see it intensifying towards the outer corner, and that's where I really want my focus to be. Towards the outer corner where I'm gonna darken it up. And it's a lot of going back and forth just to blend. Blending takes time. You don't want to rush through it, and you want to make sure you get it done, because then you just got choppy makeup, and that's not great. You don't like choppy makeup. We're gonna go in with brows real quick. Today we're gonna do Anastasia. I'm using this angled brush, and I'm using Ebony. So I'm gonna use this powder, and I don't really go thick on my brows. I just kind of, as you can see there, it just needs some filling. I do have to go get them done just to get a nice little shaping, but we're gonna use this. And I'm gonna start right here and doing strokes. I'm going along my hair strokes. I'm filling it in, and as you'll see right now, I'm going to build up the arch a little. Strokes, gentle, short strokes, and you could build it up. And the good thing about the powder is just like you could always wipe it off, start again if you don't like it, or clean it up with your concealer. Don't draw it all the way down. We're just gonna do this and draw it outwards. Again, trust the process, because we'll clean this up and it won't look crazy. It looks intense. It does look intense. But we're going to soften that up. Short strokes. I did do it. Sometimes people feel like this is really dramatic, but it's not until you add your eyeliner, your lashes, that it all comes together, your concealer, you're looking all glammed out, and the brows will look good. If you go off this, and I show this to a client, they'll be like, but you have to give it some time so that it can work in your favor. Now I'm gonna take this little guy, this little brush right here, and we're going to go in with a little bit of concealer. I'm gonna go back in with this Tarte. And I'm going to get both sides. I'm going to outline it underneath, carving it out. Now this takes some practice. Like, you're not going out and you want to practice. And this line I'm gonna blend with the foundation later. This is just kind of to just carve it out. Now what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna use this tip, but be very controlled with it, so that you're not getting it all over, you're not messing up your, you could always do your brows first, by the way, so you're not messing up with your, you're not messing up your shadow. Like, I'm literally squeezing the tip and going into the places that I need to go into. And I'm just pushing it in like that and bouncing this off. And I'll take my brush and brush it out. This way, ladies, you have nice defined brow, and the brows really do frame the face. So you want to make sure that you do a good job. We're gonna move on to eyeliner. So I'm going to tight line. Skip this step if you have small eyes, because this will just make it smaller. Not that I have big eyes, but I do love the dimension. And I'm going in a little bit on the top here and at the bottom. You could also do a cream color if you wanna get your eyes bigger, and then we can use shadow at the bottom of it to make it, to give it that nice dimension. Okay. I didn't go all the way in, I just kind of went to the halfway point. So what I'll do now is I'm gonna take this flat brush and I'm gonna go in the line, and this is awesome. Look at all of the shadow that this has caught. This one, I'm gonna go in with Nooner and put it underneath. I use the smaller brush, but this is what I had next to me. We will make it work with what we have. Take the flat brush and now go in with Darken Heart. And I am going to go on the outside of my lash line, and I'm also going to bring it up a little bit towards up here. I'm gonna put liner there anyway. And then same here, and bringing it up a little. And then I'm gonna go in with my brush and also smoke it out. And we could use that dark, you could use that dark color and bring it here towards the outer corner. Now, this is a soft glam, so I don't want to go crazy with going dark. Let's do our eyeliner. I'm going to use the Patrick Star One Size. I also love to use the gel liner by Inglot. And if you really have, do I have it with me? If you really have like a long night ahead of you, you might cry, I don't know. I totally recommend using the Inglot gel liner. Sorry, don't have it next to me right now. With the Duraline, and that's not gonna budge. It's not going anywhere. Here it is, actually, it's in pinky. This Duraline mixed with the gel, their gel, it's pretty amazing. We're gonna go in here with the One Size, and I'm dragging it up and out. Depends how much of a wing you want. I'm gonna do it from the outer corner. I'm gonna see how I like it, because I'm also going to use some lashes. Oh, one of my lashes decided to just join the club here and get inside the liner. Awesome. Welcome, you were not even invited. And again, use this to your advantage. You can't mess it up, ladies. You go right over it. We're gonna go in with mascara. Oh, where's my, let's color lashes real quick. I also kind of recommend, if you have any shimmers to put on, do it now before the mascara. It's a little harder once you have your mascara and lashes on, because it's just gonna get all over the place. Let's go in with a little shimmer. This is by ColourPop. It broke, but I'm just gonna take my finger and just press it in here. It's more controlled when you use your finger too. Don't be afraid. Your fingers are tools as well. I want this to be wearable for the everyday girl. Like, I don't want you to be intimidated, be like, I can't use that. It's too much for me or whatever. This should be wearable for anyone, anywhere. Now I'm gonna go in with my mascara. I'm gonna use a little more of this Limit shade and go back here and just going, swiping side to side. If you wanted a more deeper kind of look or more packed on, what you could do is grab the shade and just kind of pack it in rather than to swipe it, but you do want to blend out the edges. So that is what I am doing right now. All right, so I'm going to finally remove this, and the moment of truth. Look at how sharp that is. We still have to blend out, oh yeah, look at how sharp that is. We still have to blend out the bottom of the eyelid. Let's put on the lashes. Now we have options. If you're a very soft glam girl, kind of intimidated by like over the top lashes, then go with the Demi Wispies. These are the Wispies by Ardell. I have Demi Wispies here. We can use those for this look. I'm gonna go in with the wispies. Before I do that, let's add some concealer. I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm just going here and here. This is pretty concentrated and thick. You don't need a lot. And remember what I said about working in layers. You don't want to do too much too fast, and then it gets very uncontrollable. Start, especially if you don't know what you're doing, just start with the, and we're gonna just use the Beauty Blender today. I have a bunch of brushes. Sometimes your fingers is best, but today I'm gonna go in with this and I'm gonna bounce it. I'm going right underneath the line and bringing it to the corner, and I'm bringing it up. Now, if you want a more lifted look, especially us ladies who were aging gracefully, but you still need to lift, you want to bring it upwards. Bring it here into the hairline, and then we can blend it out later with our foundation. Let's see what I'm doing here. Look at how pretty that is in one go. What I'm gonna do now, since I'm already here, I'm gonna go in with the Mercier Translucent powder. We're gonna pick it up here, dip. You see that? We're going to do this in small light circles. Don't press it in, just small light circles. And then we're gonna go under here to seal in what we just did, okay? I feel like the Shape Tape plays really well with the Estee Lauder foundation. Highlight the other areas of the face. Go down the middle here. And we could blend the edges, like I said, with the brush and whatever's left of our foundation. So what I'm gonna do now is go back in, translucent powder, dip it. And you see how like it just kind of creates that filter? All right, now this we're gonna get rid of. Let's take our foundation brush. And you can use whatever is left on the brush to soften out those edges. I want to now focus on the lower lash line and smoke it out a tad bit more. I'm going to use more of the Darken Heart. I keep calling it Darken Heart. I just realized it says Dark Heart, not Darken Heart. Dark Heart. And I'm going to, I got to use my mirror. I'm going to go up like this. Make the funny face. That's necessary. We're gonna do our contour stick, Fenty Beauty. Let's go. All right, someone asked me to do a contouring video. I could do that separately, but while we're here, like between where you open your mouth, and there's that hollow, go a little bit above that. And like, let's just do a line like that. And let's go above it right here. Blend that anyway. And I'm gonna take from my eyebrow, come straight down. Take from my eyebrow, come straight down in a nice straight. Finish it here and over the bridge of the nose. And we'll go here. Again, contouring is also according to your face shape. I like the way this works for me, and I do want to kind of carve this out a little bit. We'll go a little bit over. Like not under, but a little over. And then I could blend it as necessary. I'm gonna blend this out. And I love how easily it blends. So I'm going upwards and towards the hairline. Again, it all depends on your kind of face. This, I wanna blend a little more with a little more foundation. And all I'm doing is just taking my brush and I'm buffing it. So with the nose, if you want it thinner, bring your concealer in as much as possible to like right here and have the lines here. This way it just gives the illusion of a thinner nose. Again, bring your concealer more up. Like I would say like right here. And then the lines right here. The closer you put the lines together, the thinner it looks. You bring it wider, then the wider it looks. So bring your, if you have a wide nose, bring your lines together, closer together, straight. 2 lines together, then do the bridge of your nose, under your nose. And then that way we bring it closer and then bring your concealer up a little more. You can see how it's taking shape. Take a little bit of this foundation. I'm not even taking, I'm like literally taking the ring of the foundation top. I am not pouring any more in. My hand, and then just want that to be a little more flawless. And then taking this and going underneath where I contoured. I am also going to put on mascara on my lower lash line. I do not like when ladies miss this step. For me, it just completes the look. For the love of God, just put a little bit of mascara on those lower lashes. They need some love too. So let's show them some love. We're gonna look up and coat them. I am making all the faces for you today. And also, leave me a comment. What about this look do you like the most so far? Do you leave looking like this and just putting on a little gloss? I haven't even done the cheeks, but would you just, are you okay with this and just walk out? Technically, I'm not okay with it. I need a little more for me. We're gonna move on to this part, which I love. And it's giving like an extra filtered look under the eyes with this Charlotte Tilbury powder. I'm gonna go in with this puff and rub it. Same thing, rub it on the hand. And then we're gonna press it in. And I don't know if you could see that. Can you see? It almost kind of got rid of that little hollow, like, does it have a little hollow under the eye? And how it just kind of, I don't know, filtered it out. Let's do it now this side. Do you guys see that, or am I just imagining it? Am I imagining it? I'm gonna blur as much as possible, ladies. Mama's wrinkling. I'm not wrinkling, but I am definitely starting to get these lines. I'm not a fan of them. Now we'll go in with our blush, and I've been using the Rare Beauty Virtue Blush by Selena Gomez. A little bit goes along. If you're gonna get overwhelmed by this, if you don't know how to operate it, but operate it like if it's heavy machinery, just do a dot. And I promise it blends. So I'm doing 2 dots, but you can do 1 dot. Start with 1 dot. It's gonna get crazy. It's gonna look overwhelming, but I promise you, it blends out like a dream. It's beautiful. You just keep on blending until you're comfortable. And I'm just gonna pat this in and just go over top like that. I'm blending in circular motions upwards. How pretty and natural is that? Are we seeing this? Are we seeing this? Está bello. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous. I mean, I'm feeling myself. I'm really feeling myself, apparently. I'm gonna go in with my Hoola bronzer, which I love to do to go over top and kind of give it that extra oomph underneath the cheek. This one I go a little bit under from where I contoured, a little bit, tad bit. Then I'm gonna go over here, and here, and here. Are we gonna pop on these lashes? Let's pop on the lashes. So like I said, we're gonna do the wispies. For those of you who are not used to wearing lashes, right? I beg you, This is not a one size fits all as is, which means you're gonna have to go in and you're going to cut them down to the size of your eye shape. I've seen it where you take the lash and you're like literally pinning it up here. No, no, don't do that. You're gonna take it, and as far as you can make it fit comfortably into the inner corner, don't go too close to the inner corner, because you'll find that when you're blinking, it's gonna start to bother you. It's gonna dig in, because when you close your eyes, your eye goes inward, like the lid goes like inward. So whatever you place here is gonna go further down. What we wanna do is kind of maybe go in maybe a ½ inch out, and then end the lash right at the lash that's here. Especially if your eyes are already drooping down, you want to make sure that it's looking like it's lifted up. If you bring it down, your eyes are going to look droop down. If you bring it up, it'll droop up. It'll droop up. Wow. If you do it upwards, it'll lift. So I am noticing a gap here that we're going to have to address, which we will. But these need to be cut down to size. Let me find my tweezers and let me find my size, and we will do that. But are we seeing how flawless this is looking? And I haven't even put on highlighter. I'm gonna let you soak this in. Be right back. So we're gonna go over this carefully. We're gonna pick it up from the end, right? Not from the where you're gonna put it in your inner corner, but from the outer corner, because when we cut it, we're cutting it at the outer corner, not the inner corner. So I'm gonna measure lightly here to see how long I should have it. Now you could leave a little excess because you could always cut more. So I'm gonna start with that small, like right there, like maybe about 1 to 2 knots in, and I'm gonna cut it at the end right there. We are going to pick it up with our tweezers, and I don't have glue on it yet. I'm just trying to see what it would look like if I put it in the inner corner here to outer corner. How about I do that correctly? All right, this, it's giving that it's my size. No two eye shape is the same, and if it is, then congratulations. I do it per eye because I feel like this eye is different than this eye. So we're going to make it match. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my duo glue. Another little hack, if you're not an expert at this, we're gonna do a line. You could use your hand and just put it on your hand like that. And what we're gonna do is we're going, just so that we don't get an excess amount of glue on our lashes, we're gonna take our lash and we are we're going to slide it. I'm gonna start from the back here. Look at what I'm doing, ladies. I'm going to slide it across the glue. I'm gliding it. We're gliding here. Bonus points to whoever can pick up what movie that was. And look at the glue that I have. It's a nice thin line. If you don't have this, I would recommend getting one. But if you don't, that's totally cool. Just let it air dry. But I have a little fan, and I fan it a little to make it a little tacky. Because if not, it's going to be slipping and sliding all over your eyelid, and that's no fun to work with. That's why people get intimidated when they are putting on lashes, because they are slipping and sliding all over the place instead of getting it a little tacky. We're going to look down. This is going to be real difficult because I'm trying to do it on camera. We're going to look down, and we're going to place it right at the lash line. We do not want to put it on top of the hairs, as in attaching it to the hair. We were putting it more on the skin, but getting it as close, and then pin the edge here, and the other edge here. And this glue dries clear. And you just kind of press it in to secure it. And you see how I kind of lifted it here, and it goes in seamlessly with my own lashes. Look at the difference lashes make though. I'm gonna, you know what helps me? Making silly faces, but tugging my eye like this down to pull it down. Right there. And one eye is always more difficult than the other. So you gotta play with it a little more. Can you see how that looks? Going with this pencil real quick. It's just this right here. I don't know what I did. It was darker before. I'm just gonna take it like this. So let's do the finishing touches. I want to add some dimension. So what I will do for that is focus here on the outer corner to give it a little more ba-ba-ba-boom. And I'm going to use a little bit of dark heart. I'm saying it right this time. A little bit of dark heart. That's what I use for the lower lash line. And I'm going to focus it right here in this outer V. We could bring it up above the crease a little bit. And I'm going to stop it right there because I am going to blend it out. And then this outer corner right here, focus it right there. Same thing for this side. I'm going to do the outer V and stop it right there. And what I'll do is I will blend it out with Nooner. Now, like I said, you could have stopped before. If that was enough for you, you could stop right there. For me, I want to get a little bit more dimension. So I am going a little bit more here. So I'm gonna take Nooner and meet it right there. So for lipstick, the great thing about doing a soft glam is that you can play up the lips and make it look dramatic with like a bold lipstick, right? You want to keep it soft and not do too much. Then I love this combo. This is Soar by MAC, and it gives this nice little pink it's like a almost like a reddish pink, I want to say. And it looks so good. Try to shade that in a bit. And I'm gonna go with this. There's got to be a dupe for this. I think I know there is one. I'll look for it, but I love the shade, and it's an older shade by Lime Crime that got discontinued, and like I bought them out when I knew they were getting discontinued. But I love this combo. You can do like a beigey pink. It's like an opaque pinkish peach. I don't know how to explain it, but one of my favorite combos of all time. You could throw gloss over it if you're a glossy kind of girl. Going in here, I love how it looks, gives you that ombre effect. So I'm gonna throw a little highlighter here. You know, I love me my old school Jaclyn Hill palette, which I'm sad. I don't know what I'm gonna do once she's finished. Down the nose a little bit, little button nose there. A little bit in the lips. Set the face with Patrick. Are you in the building? Are you in the building, Patrick? She's here. One size. Spray her up. I hope that you love this look. See you next time. Thank you for watching.